if you've got those new year, new me vibes going on, you've got goals, you've got plans, all the things that you want to do and achieve in the new year. However, in the background of your head, you're still kind of thinking, am I just going to lose motivation again? Is life just going to get so busy that I get derailed? I can't stay consistent. I don't keep going and nothing happens. Things just fizzle out. If so, if that's you, stay put. This episode was made just for you, because in this episode I am breaking down 3 very powerful things that anybody, any time commitment, any lifestyle, any business, any freaking one can do to make sure that you can create consistency, build and create motivation, and have momentum and growth in your business, bringing in sales, growing your socials, making shit happen no matter what life throws your way, no matter your capacity, no matter the chaos. All right, so grab your pen, grab your paper, and let's dive in. We are going to do some epic shit. All right, you're not just here to listen, you are here to implement, you are here to learn, you are here to level up. Let's go. Hey beautiful people, and welcome to the Flow and Grow Show. My name is Helen, and after building multiple businesses from home from scratch for over a decade, and then growing the business that allowed me to leave my job and work from home full time, I now support other ambitious mums to do the same, to manage their busy life using small pockets of time to grow businesses that are manageable, sustainable, and profitable, and fucking feel great to run. All right, and so over my years, it's fair to say that juggling all of the life things, raising 3 kids as a primary parent, pretty well a solo parent for most part of it, I'm studying full time, working full time, doing all the things, and I was able to not build just one but multiple businesses from home, from scratch, on my time, on my own, with little time, not much money, and just learning pretty well everything from scratch. And so many people have come to me over the years, they're like, I don't know how you do it. The thing is, it's not magic. I like to say it's magic, but it's not. It is just consistency. It is showing up time and time again to just do what needs to be done, whether it's hard, whether it's easy. And now it's easy for me to say this when I am here where I am now, right? But it wasn't always easy, okay? It wasn't easy to stick to things. I struggled with consistency. I struggled to implement new habits and new routines. I craved order and organization and structure, but I struggled to maintain it, okay? I had a lot of things that happened in the beginning stages of my life, okay? There was trauma, there was ADHD, there was depression, there was all of these things that got me to a point in my life where my brain didn't want to focus, my brain didn't want to concentrate, my brain just wanted to not do things, okay? And so many of us are stuck with that sort of functioning because of stress, because of trauma, because of adverse childhood impact, which everybody in some capacity has this. But this doesn't mean you're stuck, doesn't mean you're broken, doesn't mean you are inherently just shit at sticking to things. I thought I was, but I was determined to figure out a way, and I figured out a way, and now I'm going to show you how to do that. Get ready, we're diving straight into part 1, which is probably something that most of you actually skip when you think about implementing new habits or routines or going after a goal or whatever, and it's something that you need to stick to consistently to make it happen. I wonder what it could be. So, the first power move is to do a flip to get moving. And no, I don't mean like actually doing a flip, because you're probably more likely to injure yourself then develop some sort of energy or motivation. What I'm talking about is what I always say: flip the script, flip your mindset. You are quite likely looking at consistency in a way that people look at things like discipline, hustle, grinding. Words carry certain meaning to them, as we know, and not just the actual meaning. Like, consistency means to do a thing repeatedly over and over and over, okay? But what consistency does when you think about it? What does it do to you, that word? Like discipline, hustle, grind, just do it. When you hear words like this, when you hear phrases, what tends to happen is your brain makes associations, not just with what that meaning is directly, but what it means indirectly to you. So maybe when you were growing up, you were told that you just couldn't stick to things, that you just could not be consistent, that you weren't disciplined, that you were lazy, that you were unmotivated. Maybe you just weren't capable of doing this. You weren't as good as your brother or your sister or your cousin or the neighbor or, your parent, There's all of these things that have happened in our life that have given us the meaning for what consistency is. And for so many people, they think it means you gotta show up every day. You gotta just do that thing at the time you said you were gonna do it, for the amount of time you said you're gonna do it. You've gotta do it rain, hail, shine, cyclone, with your leg chopped off. It don't fucking matter. No excuses. Just do it. And what that does to your brain is it sends your brain into freak out mode, because your brain takes anything that seems like a threat, anything that seems uncomfortable, anything that seems difficult, and it goes, I don't think I like that. I think that's something that I need to protect you from. So fuck that shit. What else can we do that's fun? We want fun, happy, relaxing stuff. Let's go watch Netflix. Let's go scroll. Actually, we really love it when the pantry gets super organized or the fridge is clean. So we're due to do that. Let's do that instead. And all these things are happening in the background that you aren't aware of. So the very first thing that you need to do to develop any sort of consistency, routine, habit, motivation, discipline, is simply to just be aware. Become really aware of the thoughts that you're thinking, the patterns that you get stuck in, the routines and the habits you're already doing. So people say, I'm not really good with routines. I'm not good at getting in the habit of doing this. I can't get in habits, etc., etc. But the thing is, your brain is literally wired to run off of routines and habits. Full stop. You are living in a routine every day. You wake up, you do something. Whether or not that thing's a good thing that's going to get you moving to where you want to be or not, there's still something you do. Whether it's you wake up and you press snooze 15 times before you drag yourself out of bed, chug down a coffee, get stressed, rush out the door, go to work. That's still a routine. If you do that same thing pretty well over and over again every day, it's a routine. Okay? Or next time you get dressed, when you get out of the shower, or put your shoes on, or anything that you repeat over and over again that seems like this simple, mindless task you're not really thinking about. But if you become aware and you intentionally pay attention to what you're doing, you'll see you are in a routine. You have habits. They are established. And so many of them were established by past people, things, your childhood. Not your choice, not your control, not with your best interest and your future goal in mind that you have that you want to do now. So you need to become aware of that. You need to take control of that. You need to just get really open-minded and really honest with yourself and look at what are you not doing? Where are you not showing up? What are the things that you know you're avoiding? Okay, this is the first step. And what is it that's really holding you back? Are you not showing up consistently to reach out to new people for your business, follow up with customers, post once a day on social media, like whatever it is for your business, or work out every day, get fit and healthy, whatever it is for you? What is it you know you need to do that you're not doing because I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, shit pops up, life got busy. Like, for an example, for me, a good one is like working out. I used to always be just so fit and healthy. It was just a part of my life when I was younger. I played lots of sport. I always was active. And as I got older, I got really, really busy. And I kind of went from purposefully working out and being active to, look, I'm on my feet all day. I'm working my butt off between going to work at the school and running my own business and running around after 3 kids. I literally, my average was between 18 to 23,000 steps a day. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm sweet. I don't need to go work out. Sometimes I'd get in the habit and then life would get busy. It'd fizzle out and I'd be like, whatever. And I just couldn't stick with it. I just couldn't be consistent with it. Can't even use that word, all right? But at the time, I felt like I couldn't. And eventually, I figured it out. And I figured it out through the things that I'm teaching you. And so when you can get good at really learning how to flip your mindset from things like, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, to what minimal amount of time can I commit? What's the smallest step I can take so I don't need a big amount of time and energy? How do I work this out? How do I flip every negative thought and everything holding me back to empower me and move me forward? All right? And if you really do struggle with this, come over, chat to me, because I'm the freaking master of the flip. Okay? Now, lock in, get your workbook, fill out the first part, and then get set for part 2, which is the next powerful move. All right, are we ready? This is the part where you actually learn how to do it. It pisses me off. It doesn't piss me off. It bothers me slightly. Every time I see a post where, and I know I've probably done it, I've definitely done it. It's well-meaning, but it says something like, just be consistent. All you need is consistency. Just do it. Just make yourself do it. Just force yourself to do it. That's it. You just have to tell yourself to do it and then just do it. Okay? But it's not that simple. It's really not that simple. And anybody who has ever struggled with depression, CPTSD, ADHD, any sort of mental health skittles that affects your brain in a way where it's really difficult to focus, where it's really difficult to stay on track, to not get distracted. And it's difficult to even just start working because you have this paralysis, the procrastination, what they call it, analysis paralysis, or whatever. It's just like this feeling where, welcome to the first blooper interruption from my cats, who are in my space with me while I'm recording today. And apparently, play fighting is the thing to do right now. Stop it! Thank you. Enough. This is actually a good point, right? Of consistency and the chaos. What we're getting to in this episode, okay? And that's just that in order to be consistent and actually stick to your plans, and that's what this section is all about. I'm sorry, I don't even remember what I was saying a minute ago. Let's just get on with it, okay? You have to plan for your real life. You have to plan for the capacity that you have in your real life right now. Now, if you only just stay in that comfort zone, you go, okay, look, I've got 5 minutes a day. That's literally it. No more. Strictly 5 minutes. And you start with that. It's a good start. But if you stick to that and you're like 1 year in and you're like, I've still just got 5 minutes because life is so busy and I've got a lot of progress doing 5 minutes a day and I've come so much further than if I'd just done nothing, which is fantastic, but I can still only do 5 minutes. You're going to just have that growth in relation to whatever that time and energy and effort is you put in. Brings me around to another thing that a lot of people say that can be a little bit icky when it hits the ear for some if they don't take it the right way. And that is when people say things like, if you want better results, put in more time and effort because your results match your time and effort. And it's very true. And sometimes it's just said in a way that it sounds like an attack. And I'm very, very well aware that nothing is actually ever really an attack unless you perceive it as an attack. Because even when someone's blatantly saying something to be nasty to you, you can choose. You can be like, well, do I listen to it? Do I care? Do I give a shit? Alright, it's always a choice. However, when you're starting out and you're trying to get a hold of your head and your routines and all of these things, it's really, really hard to feel compassion for yourself to get it done when what you're hearing out there sounds very brutal. It sounds very harsh. And it's just hard truth. Some people deliver it a little bit harder than others, okay? All it comes down to is taking away your emotions from everything. Like, no guilt, no shame, no excitement, no joy, just nothing, okay? Look at your life realistically. Where are you at? What time do you realistically have to commit to your business? And if you consistently committed to that every single day and you are already doing that and you're not getting the results that you want, then there are only two options for you. You either need to take a long, hard look at what you're doing and figure out if the things that you are doing can be readjusted so you're doing them more effectively and you're saving time, or are you still doing shit that you need to stop, that you're wasting time on, that you can drop and eliminate so you can spend more time on your business. And another thing that trips people up is you get it in your head that consistency and routines and habits mean this really solid, unbreakable, unflexible structure. You're like, right, okay, I want to post every single day, so I'm going to commit to one post a day. I'm going to do it in the morning when I get up every single day, no matter what. And so you're like, right, cool. You get up in the middle of your chaos, busy morning where you've got kids to get ready at the door for school, or you've got to get ready for work, or you know, whatever else is going on in that busy moment that you just decided this is when you're going to slip this thing into without thinking about it. This is when I'm doing it. And you're like, I don't even have time. I can't do this. Everything's crazy. The kid won't put their shoe on. What is the dog even choking on? Like, it's chaos. You don't have time to post. You don't have time to think about what to post, so you don't do it. Or maybe you have a great morning and you do it. You're like, yes, I did it. Excellent. Smashing it. Maybe you do that for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days in a row because you've got that fresh burst of motivation. Like, something happened, you got inspired, or you got disheartened and it gave you that pain push to be like, fuck it, I've got to do it. I've got to lock in and really make it happen this time. And you start and you have that momentum, but then something happens, chaos hits, you don't do it. And then the next day you're like, oh, well, I didn't do it yesterday. I can't, I've got to start again. And you've got this perfect box with all the checks that you've got to check off, every single one. And you even have challenges out there where people are like,
come do this 30-day challenge. If you miss a day, you have to start again. 72 hard. If you miss a day, start again.
Like, fair enough. If that works for you and you're driven by that and it actually helps you get results without demoralizing you or giving the opposite effect of it not working, go right ahead. But everyone works differently, and this is just about finding how you work, what works for you. When do you have the most energy to do things? when can you realistically fit something into your day? And if it's really a case of, I don't have the time to fit anything else in, where can you habit stack? Like, when you're brushing your teeth in the morning, use that time to just listen to a 2 to 5 minute meditation, or some sort of helpful video that's going to help you towards learning more about the best content to post, or anything that you can do with something that you're already doing without putting extra cognitive load on you. Okay, I'm talking about pairing some sort of mental task with a physical task, listening to learning and podcasts and audiobooks while you're cleaning, okay, listening to trainings while you're driving, what I just said, doing a 2 5-minute mindfulness meditation while you're brushing your teeth. You can be mindful and chill while you're brushing your teeth. It can be relaxing. You don't have to be there like, I want to get out the door and get to work like a freaking maniac. Just slow down. Just the things that you're already doing, making a coffee, preparing a meal. Take those times to slow down. Take some breaths. Calm down a bit. Doing these things will give you more energy. It will give you more focus. And when you're able to habit stack, compare a couple things together here and there sensibly, you start getting a bit of motivation. You start getting a bit of momentum, because you're seeing that you're actually moving. And the most impactful thing that you could possibly do when it comes to building habits and routines and maintaining consistency is to take care of the way you feel about how you show up each day. Like, if you don't get all the things done that you plan to get done, because life happened and shit happened and it really was out of your control, don't run yourself into the ground about it and decide you're going to push yourself even harder tomorrow to catch up and then burn yourself out. Okay, we get stuck in these cycles of push, pull, grind, can't be fucked, push again, momentum dies out again. And all we really want is this steady rhythm. Now, I have a little planning technique. I can't even possibly go into the whole thing right now because this episode will take forever. It needs an episode all on its own, but I call it ABC planning. And look, honestly, it's not my technique. I learned it somewhere. It's probably not explained exactly the same. I would have adapted it somehow to fit my mold, like I do with everything. But basically what it is you have a plan or an expectation for an A-level day or an A-level target for your goal, which is your ceiling, like the highest, the peak possible thing that you could get. Everything goes right, you've got all the energy in the day, everything falls into place, you're able to put in maximum output to all the things that you're doing, like damn near freaking perfection. A. Now, then there's B, which obviously is middle. Okay, this is still great, ideal, what you would love to achieve, what you would like to be able to get done, the target you want to meet for a financial goal, for a weight loss goal, for an output goal, whatever it is. And then there's the C, which is the floor. This is your floor. This is the bare minimum. This is the bare things that you could possibly do or get done. This is survival. We want to think about these as levels like base level, C day, C plan. That is survival level. That is the bare minimum that we can do no matter what. Even when we're sick as a dog. Even when the kids are sick. Even when the dog is choking on the cat. The dog's not going to eat you, okay? Chill, alright? Whatever happens, you can still stick to it because it is like the bare minimum, but it's still something that keeps moving you forward. And this can just look like, let's say, if you run a coaching business like me and you regularly reach out to people to talk to clients, to talk to people that are interested in working with you, to talk to people that you're collaborating with for events. And for each of these things, there's like a bare minimum. Like if I wake up and everything aches and the world is ending and chaos has hit, Like, if I can just message the most important person on my list, like the client that I needed to get back to because she needed some serious help with something ASAP, or the collaboration that needs to be arranged because we're doing it like in 2 days, or like whatever it is, I've got that system and tasks that are already there. So I'm like, this is my priority. If that's the only thing that gets done, or I'm able to make as much progress towards that as possible, that's good. That's it. If all I did was that and kept myself and my children and my pets alive, and I don't end the day like behind bars in like a really comfy, cozy, tight-knit white jacket, just so fucking happy, I've won. And that's what people don't get. You run yourself down because you can't reach your highest expectation on a day where even the like most organized, most successful person would just be like, what the fuck is even going on? So having that plan in place, having that expectation that on my best day I aim for this, and if everything goes to hell and even if I just get this done, that's still progress, that's still momentum, and that is a win. The only thing with this system is you do need to be careful that you are not just letting things slide like, it's just a C day, it's just a C day, or I didn't get fuck all done, but it's okay, it's a C day, I got my bare minimum done, but you know that you could have done better. Like, I'm talking about absolute out of your control chaos hits, and all you can do is the bare minimum to get by. And look, even if it is insane, like you can't even get out of bed, or your kids are so sick, like you've got them in the hospital, like something extreme, a loved one is unwell, God forbid, passed away, whatever, like big things, obviously just drop everything and fuck it, whatever. You go a day, you go a two, maybe even you go a week because you've had a funeral or something and you just don't have that capacity to do the things. It is okay. As long as you pick yourself up afterwards and you keep going in what capacity you have and slowly build on that capacity. That's all it is about. That's all consistency is. Okay? Trying to stick to a structure and a regular routine as best as you possibly can, as close as you can, but not so rigid that the second you fuck something up, the second something goes wrong and it doesn't work, that you're like, nah, well, I'm a failure, I suck at this, it's not gonna happen, I guess I'll just go back to doing the same shit that kept me stuck in the place I didn't want to be in the first place, rather than just continuing to keep trying with 5 minutes a day or 1 message a day or 5 push-ups or whatever it is. Okay, so what I want you to do now, you've done part 1, you've done the reflecting, you've done the mindset flipping, I've given you a whole heap of things to think about right here in this section. I want you to go back to your workbook. I want you to go through this section and get really, really intentional about what your day looks like. We're just planning your day for now. What it looks like at the bare minimum, what you need to do. What it looks like an average, what you'd like your normal rhythm to be, and what it looks like this is extreme, everything's perfect, I've got extra time, I'm just going to smash out extra things and get a little bit further because I've got that opportunity. What does that look like? And when you do this, don't forget to include everything. Like everything. Like you get up and go to the toilet for 5 minutes in the morning. It takes you 5 minutes to make your coffee. It takes you 10 minutes to eat your breakfast. It takes you, it takes me about like 5-10 minutes max to get like dressed, 3 strokes of eyeliner, the same watch and a cool pair of earrings or whatever. I'm done. That's whatever. Maybe it takes you half an hour or an hour or whatever. How long does it take you to drive the kids to school and come back to get work done on your business? Or, all of these things, these little bits and pieces that people don't consider when they're making a plan. Okay, and that's another reason why you're like, I'm going to do 75 extra things to lock in all these habits and systems and things that I'm learning. And I've got enough time to do that in the day. And then you look at it and you're like, why didn't I get all this stuff done? I've got like a whole day and I haven't got all this stuff done. And you just kind of forgot to schedule time for like eating, breathing, children, driving, toilet, living, like just all the things. All right, so do that, get ready, pause this, come back for step 3, which is the secret sauce, the power move that helps you keep the flip, keep the plan working together, and have momentum consistently building. Motivation on tap, consistency locked in, not just for now, not just while the motivation is high from listening to the video, but from here on out. All right, let's go. All right, you ready for the third and final power move? And that is to hold the fort and do not surrender to the enemy, which is, you never would guess it, it's your own brain. Now, here's what's going to happen. Here is what always happens. You see an awesome podcast episode or a video, you read a book, you see a post, someone says something inspiring, motivating, fires you up, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna make it happen, I'm so sick of this shit, I've got to make it work this time. This time's going to be different. And you plan, you lock in, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, all right. You're already 20 steps ahead now than what you've ever been before, because you actually now have a plan that fits your life. You have a different perspective to look at things, to move you forward, to actually make this happen this time. Now, what do you need to do to actually ensure that you stick to it? That you actually make this happen this time, for reals this time, make it happen. And that is to be very intentional with executing your plan. I don't want you to stress about the results. I don't want you to stress about what you're trying to get, what the end goal is. I don't want you to even think about it. The only thing I want you to think about right now is what actions are you taking every single day, and how do you make sure you show up to do that no matter what. Okay? You have your plan. You have your bare minimum. You have your average. You have your peak. Shoot for the stars. Land among the moon? No. Shoot for the moon. Land among the stars goal. Oh, gosh. I'm getting good with this. You've got all that. You have a map. You don't need to think about anything else. Where people get tripped up is focusing on the end goal and the fact that they're not seeing results. So let's say, for example, your plan is to post once a day, every day, for the next 30 days. Okay? And for the first week, you're all set. You make it happen. You post every day, you get online, you engage, you do all the things, but then chaos hits, you don't post. And you're like, oh, well, I didn't do it today. That stuff's up my streak. Now I feel bad, blah, blah. And look, what's the point anyways? Like, I've posted every day this week, and still barely anyone liked my post. Barely anyone followed me. No one followed me. Like, you might not see the results. And maybe you go another week and you still don't see results. And this is why people just give up. This is why people don't stay consistent. Because they're in their head too much about the expectations. You expect too much of yourself. Or you expect too little of yourself. Or you're expecting to see fast results for shit that's just not going to get fast results. Alright, so you can eliminate all of that by literally only focusing on the task at hand. That is it. There's the only thing that you need to focus on, is just doing that one small thing and moving forward, because you need to make that thing a small thing. It needs to be so insignificant that it's not hard to do. because your brain is going to fight you all the way. And this is what I mean. You need to hold the fort and not give in to your enemy, your brain. Because your brain is wired to protect you from anything that's uncomfortable. Anything that isn't fun is danger to your brain. That's just how it works. You can't change that. But you can change the things that it senses as danger. Okay? You can't stop it from sensing danger, but you can train your brain to go, this thing isn't dangerous, it's easy, it's fun, I love this. Okay? And when you make your tasks small enough and manageable, like if you really do struggle with this, to start with, make all your tasks like 5 minutes long. Like just 5 minutes to start, 5 minutes working out, 5 minutes to just type out 2 sentences. And it doesn't matter what the post is, as long as it's somewhat relevant to your topic. All right, I sell candles. Thinking about releasing a new range of candles that say burning my last fuck. Who'd want one? Post. That would take 20 seconds to do. Post a picture of one of your candles. Maybe even you holding a candle, looking like you're thinking and pondering. Get some text overlay on the screen that says burning my last fuck. Who wants a candle that says it's like, that can take 5 minutes and you can do it. And you can tell yourself, if I just commit to 5 minutes and I don't feel like continuing, at least I've got 5 minutes done. So say it's that post scenario and in the morning you're like, yeah, okay, and you sit down and you're like, I really can't think what to do, or you don't have a plan, which, FYI, plan your content in advance, whether you're scheduling or doing it manually. Takes away the confusion, that's a whole nother episode. But yeah, just say you don't have a plan and you're like, I can't think what to post, and you know, like 5 minutes is up and you're like, oh, well, I suppose I could post about this, and you just write the first sentence, which is, this post is about whatever, and you're like, 5 minutes, oh, I'm not feeling it, I do have to go do something else, you know, it's not a procrastination avoiding thing like you have an appointment or a kid to be picked up from school or whatever, and you're just like, fine, okay, at least I've got that far, I'll come back 5 minutes, do 5 minutes soon, okay, so then you come back again for 5 minutes, and you're like, okay, next sentence, and it seems slow, it almost just seems pointless, which is why people don't do it. But it is that slow, hard, boring, pointless, minuscule thing that you do over and over and over again in the beginning that builds momentum, that creates consistency, that develops habits and routines. And you know what? I want to put something in your mind for a second. Consider this. I'm going to give you 2 scenarios, here and here. This is the person who tried to be consistent and gave up. This is the person that continued to be consistent even though they weren't seeing the results in the beginning. Alright? Let's have a look at what this looks like, okay? Person number 1, they start posting once a day on Facebook. It's been 2 weeks, they've got no new followers, they've got bugger all engagement, they've got bugger all reach, bugger all results, no one's buying, no one's talking, whatever. Person number 2 over here is doing the exact same. Person number 1 starting to think, why am I even bothering? Like, I got so many other things that I need to do, so many more important things to do. This isn't working, no one cares, I must be still doing something wrong. I guess I'll go and have a look at some more algorithm hacks and tricks and follow some more content creators and learn some more about what to do and what to post. And you know, they drop off. They're not posting because they're too busy learning. They're too busy tweaking. They don't know what to do. They're changing up what they're doing too often. A month goes by and they still got the same results. Whereas this person over here, a month has gone by, they've still been posting the same rhythm, once a day, same sort of content. They don't worry about perfect graphics. They're not worried about the perfect hooks. They're not worried about the perfect this. They're just seeing what works, okay? And they keep going because they know over time, not only are they going to get results from that consistent momentum, from that volume, but they're also going to have valuable data to look at, okay? Person number 1 has 2 weeks worth of posts that they can't gauge anything from because they didn't give enough time. and traction to get any information from it. Whereas person number 2 has 30 posts, 30 days that they can look back and they can go, these ones worked well. People commented on these ones. This is the hook. This is the hook on the ones that worked. Why did that work? Why does this resonate with my audience? Why did no one even click on this? Why did someone say this is the worst piece of advice they've ever heard in their life? And you can use that information to help you continue to grow, continue to move. And all the while, even if all year all you did was post once a day, and at the end of every single month, just had a little bit of a look at what the data was showing you, what the evidence was showing you, you would be building so much growth and consistent in your business, plus getting really valuable feedback and information in real time from what's working and what's not. So you can make changes. So you're doing more of what works, less of what doesn't, which means you move faster, you grow faster, you earn bigger, you earn faster. Pure and simple. I have a client and she came to me, we did a biz audit, which is where we go over your business, we have a look at what you're doing, what's missing, what's stuck, uncover all of the things, and make a plan. It's 30 days. It's something you can continue after, but just to start with, the initial support is 30 days. And it is a simple plan with small micro steps that can be done in any amount of time. But even just like 30 minutes a day, doing these steps that get you towards more sales, more social media growth, better content, better reach, more visibility. This is what the sales and engagement plan is for. My client, who came to me very much she didn't really have her footing in the online space very well. She's not very familiar with content creation and all of the things. She was really struggling with it. And most of the people that I support, that's what they come to me with, is that content, the messaging, the marketing, the what do I do, as well as the consistency and the habits and all of that, obviously. But we made this plan. She logged in. She did these small, tiny, simple actions every day. And this is the person that had limited prior knowledge on social media and content. And there was a lot of things that we had to look at to work together with over time to, redo her bio and her socials and a few things, right? But even without all of that, just with the plan that she put in place and was doing, within 2 weeks, she had increased engagement, increased reach, increased followers, had made 3 extra sales, had got notified that because of those extra sales and because of the extra connections she was making in her business, she had been given a group leader in her industry for her team. And then by the end of the month, that consistency and momentum in her social media, the engagement, the reach, the followers, the sales, all of that continued to grow more and more. And by the end of the month, she not only had all that consistent growth, but she also got awarded number 3 in the entire state for her entire company for sales because of the increase that she'd done for just 1 month. And no, people say, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I'm so stressed. I don't have the energy. Ask yourself this. If there was anything in your day, anything, social media, I know you think you're not on there a lot, maybe you're not, but so many people think they're not on there a lot. But if you actually put like the timing tracking thing on your phone, which is available on all phones, you just need to turn it on to tell you how much time you spend where, and you actually take a look at how much time you lose just getting distracted on social media and shit that doesn't matter, Netflix, procrastinating, whatever it is. Get really intentional with your time, really honest, and go, what could I cut for 30 minutes a day? Or honestly, could I get up 30 minutes earlier? Could I go to bed 30 minutes later to make 30 minutes extra in my day? If that's going to guarantee that I can actually grow my business, that I can actually, by the end of a month, be even closer to my goal of this business sustaining me and supporting my life instead of draining every last ounce of energy and time from my day. So the complete opposite of what you're working on it for. All right, what's that worth to you? Is it worth showing up for 30 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, to get just that little bit closer, a little bit sooner than if you just didn't? All it comes down to is a choice that you make in every single moment. And I can say, saying just do it is not helpful. It's really not. Understanding your energy, understanding your brain, understanding your patterns, understanding what it is you need to actually make you move and do it. That's what's important. But when you dumb it down, it does just come back to, what do you choose in the moment, no matter what? And so, as we come to an end for this episode, this is what I want you to do. You've done the reflection, you've done the flip, you've done the plan, you've locked in, you know what you need to do. And now you have some extra tools in your tool belt and some extra knowledge to help you move forward consistently with compassion, okay? With awareness for what you need to do and how you need to do it, and the ability to just be okay with just moving in any capacity, in any form, as long as you are getting as close to your goal as possible, as long as you are showing up as often as possible. Okay, remember this. This is super important. It takes anywhere from 2 weeks, so 14 days, up to 256 days to form a new habit or a new routine. Get in the swing of things. To rewire the actual internal wiring, all right? To change the neurons, the connections, neurological connections in your brain, your physical, biological hardwiring, to write a new story, to write a new instruction, to say, it's not even a battle to get up in the morning. I don't have to tell myself to just get out of bed and not hit snooze. It's just automatic. I just get up. I barely even remember that I used to not get out of bed in the morning. It's just natural now. Think about that. 256 days? That's nearly a full year. That's nearly a full year. And the average for most things is around 3 months, around 90 days, 12 weeks. Okay, that's the sweet spot. That's why, like, my books, my programs, all of these things focus around 90 days, 12 weeks. And even my 6-week programs, they are 6 weeks support and then 6 weeks support. You know, you can just do 6 weeks or you can do one after the other. It's 12 weeks. There's a reason for it. Because you need to actually stick to something consistently, regularly, for long enough for it to become a part of who you are. And most people don't. Here is some actual figures for you. There was some research conducted, I think it was last year, it might have been the year before. I came across it when I was, doing my psychology degree. And it was all about the psychology of human behavior and habit formation and all of that I was working on at the time. And there was this research that showed that the majority of people who set New Year's resolutions and goals give up on day 19. Day 19, lucky lotto number, right? No, it's the fuck this, I give up number, apparently. Because the majority of people give up after them. And when you think about it, that's nearly 3 weeks. Think about doing something over and over again, day after day, for 3 weeks and not seeing any results. You'd feel like this is a waste of my time. You'd feel, what if I keep doing this for another 3 weeks and I'm still not getting results? Like, what if I am doing something wrong? What if this literally isn't possible for me? What if I'm just screwed up somehow and it won't work? And I'm just here being an idiot, wasting my time doing this shit when I could be, spending this time burning myself into the ground at work or on Facebook or whatever else that you could be doing with your time other than trying to better your life. All right? It doesn't feel good. It's hard. So it's pretty It's not surprising that most people give up around that mark. But when you know, and now you do, when you know it can take you, on average, 3 months to nearly a year to make it happen, and you know that, and you know as long as you keep going, it definitely will happen, then you have that in the back of your mind to go, I'm not meant to see results yet. Maybe I will, but it's not likely that you're going to see any significant results straight away. You have to compound. You have to let your effort compound. Okay? It's like when the ocean washes up against the rock wall. Alright? You can't see anything happen. Over 1 million years, that rock's getting eaten away by that sneaky water over time, pushing up against it, making a dent that no one really sees at first, but eventually it's a big fucking impact. So just remember that. And if you do need any more support, you have any questions whatsoever, there's multiple ways that you can reach me: Facebook, Instagram, my website, whatever. Links are in the show notes. The workbook for you to download is in the show notes. I want you to do it. I want you to commit to it. These episodes, they're not just things to listen to for motivation and pep and rah-rah, like, yeah, that sounds great, maybe I'll think about that later. No. These are free trainings, alright? These are meant for you to take valuable information that you can implement right now and make shit happen and move, okay? So don't just listen, learn, implement, level the fuck up. Come tell me that you're doing it. Let me know in the comments what you got out of this episode. What was your big takeaway? What makes sense? What doesn't make sense? Any questions? Whatever. Alright? You can make it happen for you. And I'm here to cheer you on all the way. Alright? Because even if you don't believe in yourself, I believe in you. I know you can do it. Alright? You've got this, and I've got you. So, until next episode, keep going, keep flowing, so you can keep growing and fucking flourish. Alright? Love you so much.